It's Christian with St. Augustine TV. If you think Florida is flat, you haven't been here. I'm standing inside Ravine Gardens State Park, 152 acres of steep ravines, spring-fed water, and one of the most spectacular azalea displays in the Southeast. And what makes this place so special isn't just the flowers, it's the land itself. Let's go down into the ravines. Most of Florida sits barely above sea level. But here in Palatka, the land suddenly drops 70 to 120 feet into what are known as Steephead ravines. These aren't carved by surface rivers. They're formed from below. Groundwater seeps through the sandy soil, slowly undercutting the slopes until sections collapse. Over time, this creates a dramatic bowl-shaped valley that feels more like North Georgia than Northeast Florida. At the bottom flows Whitewater Branch, a spring-fed stream that eventually makes its way into the St. Johns River. The entire landscape was shaped by water. As you walk down into the ravines, you're moving through layers of ecosystem. Lower slope hold bays, hollies, and native azaleas. Mid-slope, you'll see magnolias and dogwoods. Up top, towering live oaks and laurel oaks. It's like walking a mountain trail, but you're in Florida. In the late 1800s, Palatka was booming. Incorporated in 1853, it was known as the Gem City of the St. Johns. Citrus, lumber, railroads. It rivaled Jacksonville as a major port city. Then, a devastating citrus freeze ended that golden era. By 1933, during the Great Depression, Palatka was struggling deeply. A local contractor named Thomas Berg Gillespie believed tourism could revive the town. Other Florida cities had something worthwhile to stop and see. Why not Palatka? He imagined transforming these natural ravines into a formal garden, something beautiful enough to draw visitors from across the state. Using his own money, he hired landscape architect Richard Forrester. With support from federal relief programs like Civil Works Administration and the Federal Emergency Relief Act, hundreds of workers began reshaping the ravines. Within the first year, 40,000 azaleas were planted. Eventually, more than 270,000 plants covered these slopes. Suspension bridges were built, limestone fountains were built, terraces carved into the ravine. On July 4th, 1933, the gardens officially opened. What began as economic relief became one of Florida's most breathtaking springtime displays. And then, this happens. For a few weeks each spring, these ravines completely transform. The slope comes alive with colors of pink, crimson, coral, and white. Thousands of azaleas on the hillside. And you're surrounded by it. From the suspension bridges and overlooks above to the winding trails below, every angle is a visual feast. Which means this explosion of color is layered over rare ravine ecosystems, 1930 stonework, and one of the most unexpected landscapes in the state. If you've never seen it in bloom, this is the time to come. As funding shifted to the Works Progress Administration, the project continued. Hundreds found employment here during one of the hardest times in American history. When World War II ended those programs, the city maintained the park for as long as it could. But by the late 1960s, upkeep became too costly, and the gardens closed. In 1970, the land was deeded to the state and officially became a Florida State Park, preserving both its rare steephead ravines and its historic New Deal architecture. What I love about this place is that it holds multiple stories at once. It's geological, shaped by underground water over centuries. It's ecological, layered with native and ornamental species. And it's human, built during hardship by people who believed beauty mattered. Conservation isn't just about protecting land. It's about stewarding a place where nature and history intertwine for future generations to enjoy. The water is still moving beneath these slopes, still shaping the land, just like it always has. So make the drive from St. Augustine. Come walk the suspension bridges, or bounce, hike the over 3 miles of trails, immerse yourself in nature, and be dazzled by the azaleas in bloom right now. That was an awesome 2.5-mile hike. This is Christian with St. Augustine TV. If you enjoy exploring hidden Florida stories like this one, make sure to subscribe. There are more landscapes like this than you may think.